Yo book club, welcome to month 7 book review already. Can't believe it's August. That is honestly preposterous. Anyway, alright, so today I am reviewing Mindset by Carol S. Dweck. Y'all, I started reading this guy last year, couldn't finish it. I just wasn't in a good place, mentally I guess, to finish a book. But now I finished it and I love it. Like, Carol, if you guys have never heard of her, if you're a teacher or in the coaching world, you probably have, because she's a world-renowned leader. But Carol Dweck is known for her contribution into the child development and growth of just people in general, of a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. And really, the biggest difference between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset is that a fixed mindset believes that you can really never change, and that your features and your characteristics and your intelligence and those type of things are all leveled out and never can really change. Now, people with a growth mindset believe that anything can change. And you'll also understand that, like, the syntax and the way people use their words whenever they have a fixed versus a growth mindset are completely different. It sounds like a fixed mindset would be the bad mindset to have. And yeah, it's not the best, but here's the thing. Almost every single person out there, I'd say pretty much everyone, has a couple areas of their life where they thrive and their growth mindset all the way. And then there are areas in their life, maybe less than a lot of people who have more of a growth mindset, but they don't do well. But then there are also areas in their personality where they just have a fixed mindset. So it just depends on where you're at in your journey, in your life, but no one is completely growth and no one's completely fixed. I'm sure there's somewhere someone in that position can grow, I'm assuming. With that being said, the goal is to become aware of where in your life you might have a fixed mindset versus a growth mindset, right? One of the biggest things that a person with a fixed versus a growth mindset is going to assume is that I failed. That means that I'm a failure, I'm not successful, I'm not knowledgeable, and you're going to have all these really horrible things to say about yourself. In a growth mindset, if you were to fail a test, let's say, you would say, what can I do to become better? Or where can I improve? And a fixed mindset is going to think that they can't change, and a growth mindset is going to be like, no, if I can study and I can apply, hard work is completely correlated with doing well in life. Growth mindset also believes that effort in equals a better result at the end. And people with a fixed mindset don't think that's actually the case. She then goes in to talk about the truth about ability and accomplishments, and how having a growth mindset allows people to just become extremely better versions of themselves. People who are really creative or really artistic or really logical, or the really just out there talented people in the world, it's not because they have a fixed mindset, it's because they have a growth mindset. And you see all these people in her book. She recalls quite a few areas where there might be a person who is naturally talented, let's say a piano artist who's a kid, and they can't get past anything because they have the fixed mindset where they have to be the best. And I think a lot of this is learned from the way they were raised as a child. So if you have a kid, one of the biggest lessons you should learn is not to overpraise a child. Because what happens is when you overpraise a child, they get it in their head that if I do not succeed, if I don't meet these standards, if my level isn't as high as my mom or my dad expects it to be, then I'm a failure. And when that happens and the pressure's on them, and these kids are trying to be the best that they can be, but they have this feeling in the back of their mind that they're going to fail and not be the best version, they just give up because they don't believe that it's even worth trying anymore. Because if they try, then it says that they failed, and if they failed, then they can't change and their life is over and they're a horrible person. So you see how this kind of tornadoes into a really ill area of belief and change for a child and a parent. And then there were quite a few more chapters. This book wasn't too long, but it was just done really well. There's a lot of information packed into it. She then talks about the mindset of a champion, how you become just a overall good person who wants to become the best version of themselves and adopt the growth mindset type mentality. So really, like I said before, you have to change your version of success. You have to change what you feel failure is. You have to be able to take charge of your own successes and just know when you have a fixed mindset going on in your life. Be able to analyze it and determine it and then move away from it. Dweck does a great job talking about relationships in love, so a personal relationship. She also does a great job talking about being a parent, being a teacher, and being a coach. And she goes into deep lengths about what to do, what not to do in situations, how to speak to people, how not to speak to people. And it's just really awesome. To end with it, she just talks a lot about how to change a mindset. You know, what's the nature of change? How does the brain work? How do you do this with people you love versus children in a school, you know, people you coach? So she just goes into such deep knowledge with this. And I just have to say that it is a groundbreaking idea to differentiate like a fixed versus a growth mindset and be able to analyze if somebody is going to be able to thrive, because at the end of the day, employers and people who want to like have good friends or good people around, like a good culture being made, is all going to come down to people that have a growth mindset. So if you have a fixed mindset, you're stuck in your ways, you're never going to change, you believe that everything's the way it has to be, and that's just really not the Ooh, sorry, my battery died in my camera, so I had to recharge it. But what I was saying was, that's really not the case. So at the end of the day, you have a choice. Are you going to adopt a growth, or are you going to keep a fixed mindset? And are you going to grow and be the best version of yourself, or are you going to believe that there's no change possible? So I do really recommend this book. I think that it has a lot of valuable information in it. It kind of goes into some of that you know, developmental psychology, which is a lot of fun. And if you're a parent, I think there are some important lessons in here, as well as if you're a coach. So definitely recommend this one. It was a nice read, and Carol Dweck did a really good job just finding like awesome little snippets and stories to teach you from. So yeah, thanks for watching month 7 of book club already. And if you have any questions about the book, let me know. If you want any information on my mentorship coaching, let me know. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I will see you next month for book number 8, which is You Are a Badass. And yeah, if you guys want to jump in on that one still and you see this video, let me know. Until then, see you guys. Thanks.